From Los Angeles, California, we're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hello, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined by a man who is full-on Donald Ducking it and is currently jacking himself off with the crook of his elbow. That's Jeff Clark.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
And beaming to us from Neo-Tokyo, the bearded amoebic booger-eating blobule known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo.
And making his long-awaited triumphant return to MSPH, the Cappadonna himself, Christian Hand is here, ladies and gentlemen.
What a pleasure. What a pleasure.
Been a minute.
So good to be. Yeah, I mean, it's been years. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
It's been fucking a long time.
Yeah.
It's been
finally got
two
out of
apartments
MSPH parole, or got on.
Yeah. I got signed up for season 28, so I'm glad to be back. My character needed an arc, so this was perfect, really. I think it's legitimately been like 5 years.
I think you're right, yeah.
Sounds about right.
I don't think we've ever had one Donald Trump conversation.
No. we skipped that whole chapter.
You know,
Are you
crazy 4 years, though, you know?
Wacky 4 years.
And we've all emerged stronger and hairier.
We did all emerge stronger and hairier
Here
and
we are.
older.
If I hadn't moved twice since we last talked, Christian, would
Have
we
you really
still
moved
be
twice?
Yeah. I lived
Holy shit.
I moved in with Seek, who used to go on MSPH all the time.
Oh yeah.
We were roommates for like a year and a half. We were living at the Avalon apartments.
Oh, nice.
Over on Barham, which was kind of cool. And then Seek's now in Florida, and then I moved here to Studio City. And I mean, if I still lived at that old spot, would you and I still be like a block away? Are you still at that apartment?
Yes, I'm still here. Like I've decided that at the end of this COVID nightmare, I'm moving out of this fucking jail cell that I've now been in for seemingly forever.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here 21 years.
Holy shit.
You've been in that apartment for 21 years?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. I have Asperger's. I don't like change. It's rent control. My view is amazing.
It really is. I was just about to say that.
I mean, like this is the view that I have. Oh, that's a big
God.
Inflatable. Yeah, it's terrifying. But this is my view.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
That is pretty dope.
That's the Yamashiro place,
all the way
right?
around to the Hollywood sign. There's the Hollywood sign.
Yeah, I can see my old apartment right now.
Yeah, right over there. Man. So it's really hard to, beat that. And then additionally, rent control in fucking any major city is worth its weight in gold. I just didn't think that I was going to be here for as long as I have been. But yeah, post-COVID, I'm moving the fuck out.
And dude, moving sucks ass. It's so fucking annoying.
Moving sucks.
It's the worst.
Moving sucks.
Where are you going to move to?
I don't know. Like I want to get out of an apartment building. I'd like to get something with a little bit of like a backyard or something. So probably like I was looking like Glendale, maybe Burbank, on the other side of the hill.
Yeah, the valley's the move. Get more bang for your buck there.
You get more bang for your buck. Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to get out of the apartment building. I want to get into like a little like square footage house.
Apartment buildings.
I don't need a lot. I'm not like a guy that needs a lot of room or shit. I just need at least one more room would be great.
I was thinking about it like the other day. Before I moved to LA, I had probably one of the most epic hookups ever. Like I was living right at the Lincoln Tunnel on the Jersey side. So Jersey rent and taxes, which actually aren't all that great anyway, but still better than New York.
Manhattan.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Working in Manhattan, right at the end of my block was a bus stop, and the Roach bus that stopped there was a $2 bus ride into the city and a $2 bus ride home.
Boom.
I was in the basement apartment, which was an afterthought, so all of the water and power and cable was siphoned off of the landlords who lived on the first floor, and they were like, we haven't figured out a way to like subdivide who's using what, so we're just going to cover it all. So my utilities were free. I had washer dryer in-house, and it was $700 rent the 5 years I lived there. Never went up a penny. Good.
You would have never met me.
Oh, dude, we had the free football matrix too, which I obviously didn't give a shit about, but like the one where you could hit a button on your TV and there would be like 20 windows all showing different football games, and you could just like Minority Report, be like, click and drag different games.
They had Sunday Ticket, is what he's trying to say, Jeff.
I know exactly what he's trying to say. I was just going to let him keep talking.
Shuddy,
all the football talk we can get
Matrix.
Is beautiful.
It's called the Football Matrix. Is the other way to use it. Yes, that's the other name.
Yeah.
It's the one Christian and Kevin are familiar with, at least.
Football Matrix.
Are we going to have, I don't know, we got a lot to talk about this episode, I'm sure. Are we going to have time to get your Super Bowl pick on the record? Who do you...
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Fucking Tampa Bay all the way.
Beautiful.
Good job. What I'm saying? I mean, that's they're going to cover the spread and everything. It's going to be insane.
I disagree, but I'm happy that you even got that much out. Fair enough.
Are they going to cover the line of spinach?
They will definitely cover the line of spinach for sure.
That's my bet.
More than once they'll cover the line of spinach.
Yep.
Covered up
good
tight.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Was I actually right? Are the Buccaneers even playing?
The Buccaneers are playing.
Oh my God! I should go play the fucking lottery today. That's an amazing guess.
Are they playing the Kansas City Chiefs?
They are.
No way. That's like one of my 3 football jokes.
They are actually playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Yep.
Oh my God! Really? That's amazing. So basically, Kevin and I, knowing nothing, have guessed exactly the teams on the fucking Super Bowl, and there are assholes who've devoted their entire lives to fucking fantasy football leagues and shit like that who didn't, and we know more than they do. Well done, Kev. I'll take that. That's pretty good.
That just shows you how stupid football is.
Football is, yep, exactly.
I did not mean to back up into that. I didn't think we were going to get there. That's something I do not agree with. Fair enough.
I don't like this 50-50 split of things anymore.
It is true, yeah. You guys hit the jock squad's in trouble now because it's fucking 2-on-2.
It was great because I just was kind of a good pivot point. Like I could switch to picking on Kevin for sports, and then just very easily pivot back to being on Kevin's side to pick on Jeff about nerdy things.
Well, you got to be careful today because all 3 of us can pivot to pick on you for your She-Ra shirt.
There's nothing wrong with this shirt, and I don't think Christian would make fun of me for this.
I think it's perfectly fucking great. Did they come in a guy's shirt?
It is a guy's shirt, yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, good, perfect. Well done. Yo, so wasn't Seek sick for a little bit?
Yeah, he's been having quite a few issues. Ever since he had that initial brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
It's sort of just like, he's at the mercy of just the shit lottery that seems to get him every now and then.
That's so fucking awful. Like, just a terrible way to have to go through. I mean, my argument is always that life is fucking hard enough as is without having that shit fucking thrown at you.
Yeah. But,
Awful.
I can tell it gets him down sometimes, but he's pretty good at staving it off and staying positive and stuff. And I'm excited. I'm trying to get him and Alex on. They just announced they're going to be starting a new podcast together where they do like deep dives on the DC animated movies, which is
great. That's just what the world needs. More deep dives on animated movie podcasts. It's not a market that's really been saturated considerably yet.
Well, there's very
I'll send you a download link when it's published.
There really is, because like when MSPH started, it was just like, I like talking shit. Let's do a talk show, and that was before every podcast had to have like a thing, and they've all just been so subdivided and snagged. And we were just actually pretty lucky that we use our Patreon, like the top tier, as pretty much just like a dumping ground for all the weird shit we want to try out. And we were lucky enough to snag Supermarket Sweep watch-alongs for that.
Wow.
So yeah, we do a Supermarket Sweep watch-along podcast once a week now.
Well done.
Are you a supermarket sweep fan, or have you ever been?
No. I have an intellect. I went to college. I have a degree. I read books and think about things.
Oh, you got to get into supermarket.
I'm very impressed by all that. I got to be honest.
That is actually my goal. My goal was to get you impressed by my CV, as we would call it in England. Yeah, no, I don't really. I don't participate in a lot of that stuff, to be honest with you. No.
You're talking about fun. Are you talking about fun? What are you?
Yeah, mostly fun. I don't really participate in fun a lot, but I would say that, like, I think probably watching it with you guys doing commentary would be the only way that I could do it.
That's the only way we got Jeff into it. Jeff never watched it when we were younger.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that would probably add a dimension that I would be into.
I don't read, but I also went to college and graduated like Christian did.
Nice.
Same,
what did you get?
What
was your degree in?
Sports management. I only care about sports. Come on. Wait, we talked about this. You went to Pace, right?
Did you? No, I went to Purchase.
Okay. Close.
Purchase was it was out. It was close. It was actually close to Pace. Wasn't that far off.
St. John's, Queens. So
stoked about that fucking sports management fucking degree, dude. You are crushing it.
I'm gonna be Jerry Maguire.
I write about sports every day. I don't really ever get out of my underwear. It's beautiful.
Perfect. Well done.
Yeah, I'm doing everything I want in the world. It's great. I'm winning. You are. I just need this place to be rent control, and would have gotten the 6 Galaxy Stone, right? I'm trying to bridge the gap between nerd and Christian.
So close.
You are I will say you're the only one on the call who has both of those types of Oreos.
Exactly. Well,
you know what I'm saying? So you're coming out on top, champ.
I don't know if we were recording when I said this, but I am the biggest alpha here. I think it was recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Cool. Thank God.
Jeff has. I like how quarantine has turned Jeff into like a almost like a sports Big Lebowski.
I was gonna say it's very Big Lebowski. His entire vibe is currently the dude.
Yeah.
But like, kind of like the dude if you ordered the dude on Wish.
Yeah, he's like the bra.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He's like a Chinese knockoff version of the dude that you're like, all right, man. I mean, it's almost as good. I'll take it. You know?
Yeah. If I'm 65% of the dude, that's all I'm going for.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's more dude than Shuddy is.
You got to get a little shaggier, but I feel like that'll come with time.
Yeah,
my facial hair situation's whack. I'm not as lucky as you guys.
Got another 6 to 8 months of growth. So let's check it. Let's see what happens when we come back.
Well, do you guys? Is there any truth to, like, the more you shave, the faster it grows?
No,
that cannot be true.
It's a myth.
That's it's total bullshit.
An urban legend, maybe?
An urban legend, yes.
Because I'm still patchy, man. I can't connect the sideburns to the top of my head. There's just like salted earth right here on both sides. So
I've got a new bald spot that's forming right here.
Wait, forming? These have always been there.
I think
I'm
the
not
only
losing
thing I
real
can attribute
estate.
this little divot to is from having to wear a mask.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And having the strap rub there.
It's waxing you?
Yep.
Yeah, my previous breakup caused an entire side of my beard to fall out from stress.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it sucked. I had to go and get steroids shot into my face to try to get it to fucking grow better.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It. Brought it back. But yeah, it was rough. I was like, what? It was like falling out. Like I pulled it and I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't know that was a real thing.
Yeah, stress-induced alopecia. My grandmother was a nurse in World War II, and all of her hair fell out from stress-related alopecia. She was completely bald, and it grows back. It doesn't turn them off entirely, but
like once you chill out, it comes back.
Yeah, like over time. Some people it never returns, but I mean, for her it did. And then, as I said, like going to get steroids shot into my face helped activate the guys again. Sucked though.
Are you insinuating you went through the World War II of breakups?
I went through the Korean War of breakups. I think on that one, I've done World War II breakups prior. I think this one was closer to I was a MASH unit in a Korean War breakup.
Was this one a few years back?
Yes, that one sucked.
I'm sure you want to relive it and talk about it. Let's go. Let's shoot her a Zoom link and we'll do kangaroo court real quick.
That would be some amazing fucking podcast. I would love.
You
for
want
that
original content?
Yeah, that's it.
We'll litigate a breakup.
I'm going to talk about the supermarket fucking watch along show. Yeah, that sucked. But such is life.
So I don't want to. I'm not trying to do a Barbara Walters moment here and push you on it. I promised
myself I wasn't going to cry.
Hold on. I just had an
Jeff
idea
wants to take
for
a shot at it.
No, I had an idea for a Patreon tier.
Oh, no.
Maybe I could give relationship counseling, and a Puminati and their significant other will jump on a Zoom call. You give me the problems, and I'll objectively declare a winner.
You want people to pay for that?
Of course, I'm not going to do it for free.
I know people pay a lot of money for that sort of thing. The people that they're talking to generally have degrees and hundreds and hundreds of hours of experience.
I have a degree too.
You do have a degree in sports management, which would help. You have 2 different kinds of hard to find Oreos, which is obviously that is a qualification not many have.
Let me just tell you,
the
Christian,
wish dude.
Yeah. Let me just tell you, Christian, it becomes a business management degree on my resume when I need it to be.
Smart. I like that. Yeah. Good thinking.
Okay, so the bad news is you guys are done. But the good news is I got you signed to the Knicks.
He's used 2 of his 3 teams that he knows. All right. He's got one more joke that he can fire out.
I swear to God, Christian, these motherfuckers have dropped names before where I'm like, you made that team up. And they're like, no.
I'm sure.
That's a real NBA team. It's like, that can't be
ridiculous.
True. That sounds like a team name that I made up.
What is the DC team is still called the Bullets, right?
No, they haven't been the Bullets for over 20 years. They're the Wizards.
So they changed it from. Oh, that's right. They changed from the Bullets to the Wizards. That's right. That was what a choice that was. Jesus Christ.
Good
Murder capital of America, calling their fucking basketball team the Bullets. Brilliant. So
back
gnarly.
in the good old days, we get away with that.
Yep, not anymore.
Well, hey,
see America.
Speaking of the good old days, I feel like this would be a fun time to bring back one of our oldest, truest, and Jeff's favorite segment.
Your Amazon read?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for today's Random Brain question.
So I don't know how this random brain question popped into my head, and it's probably going to be a quick one, but I figured I'd throw it out to the panel. If a butt farts due to air injected via a butt fucking, does that count as a queef?
I think you have to modify it, and it has to be an anal queef. I don't think you can call it the queef because it's not vaginal.
Yeah,
dumbass.
And plus,
right?
a queef is still a queef when there's no penetration involved.
Sure, right.
I knew a girl that could queef just by rocking back and forth. At Bing Bong School, she used to put her ankles behind her ears and rock, and you'd have to give it a minute, but she would just keep rocking back and forth, and you'd hear it slowly build up and go like.
How does somebody discover that is how they have that talent?
Well, I believe they went to Bing Bong School by the sounds of it, right? I mean,
you had a lot of free time.
Repetition.
I'm sure if I was...
What happens when I put my legs over behind my head? Oh, I queef. Let me show everybody.
You know, if I didn't spend so much time at Bing Bong School playing Diablo on my computer, I probably could have taught myself to queef.
Or at least got a degree in sports management. One of those things would have happened.
It's a lot easier than queefing.
But if a dick is penetrating a butt, and this could be a man butt or a lady butt, and air goes in there, is it technically a fart if it comes back out? Because farts are usually just gas coming out that was caused by food and stuff.
No, I think that I'm glad as a 52-year-old man, this is what I'm spending my Monday early afternoon talking about. But I would say that I think that the fart, it's where the gas originates from, not where it emanates from.
Yes, that's what I was getting at.
You know what I'm saying? If it's an internal and then it comes out, that's a fart. If it's put in and then comes out, that's an anal queef.
All right, somebody needs to notify Urban Dictionary. We've coined a new one. Anal queef.
Wikipedia update.
Oh, dude,
on deck.
Anal queef is going to get a Wikipedia page before Mad Scientist Party Hour does. Carlos Sanchez.
I hate to be the naysayer here, but if you were to get anal queef down to one word, what would that one word be? Might be
You're
fart,
saying
right?
that
Might be fart. Would it be fart?
How about a squeef?
Feels like fart, right?
Squeef.
Fart.
You didn't go to school for sports management. You ain't, Christian. What do you think?
I think that you have to differentiate between the two. I don't think you can roll those in to one thing because they are two completely different things. They're just variations on a theme. If I may, it's similar to the Oreo cookie situation. You wouldn't just, like, if you were going to reduce the Oreo cookie, you wouldn't just call it an Oreo cookie, even if it's got 3 layers of sugared fucking cancer-giving, chemical filling. Right. You'd still want to separate that out and have that called the brookie.
Sure. Yeah, I had no idea what you were talking about until you brought in the Oreo analogy. But okay, yeah, no, I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah,
it starts to make sense at that point.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Anal queef. Yeah.
Or let's just say I gave Jeff a savage throat fucking, and then he burped.
That's still a burp.
Okay. It's not a throat.
It's oral queef. It's an oral queef.
I think that's still a burp. I think it's the gray area on this Venn diagram is very, very complicated. I mean, this really does require sort of, it needs like a dry erase board to really get this worked out. But I do think that that's still a belch, even if it's gas inserted during a throat fucking.
So none of that emanation talk when it comes to burping?
No, it's different. Right. Because it's, once again, I think it's because you have to take into account the part of you that's making the thing happen.
Sure.
Like it doesn't have to make sense, Jeff. It just has to be there. It just has to exist.
Apparently, I just have to accept it. Right. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So the official definition is for flatulence is that the gas emanates in the alimentary canal.
Yes.
Elementary.
No, alimentary. ALIMENTARY.
Is that what my butthole's called?
Get arrested hanging out in that canal.
And that is the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine.
Right, because the air goes in and then it comes out.
So, because it doesn't come from that, it would not be a fart officially.
No. Right.
You just got shuddied, motherfucker.
I don't know who just got shuddied there, but Shuddy dropped some knowledge. Yeah. I think anuses as a whole, WHOLE, just got shuddied.
I think my favorite part about today is that if you literally just took this show and tacked it onto one that we'd done 6 years ago, nothing would be different at all.
Christian, I think that's why we've kept our base.
Consistency is key, gentlemen, and you are consistent.
People need anchors in their lives, and if there's
very true, especially in times like these.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's MSPH finding new ways to analyze and dissect farts, throat fucking, and boofus. and we're gonna eat Oreos in the Easter egg.
Yeah, we found something that works, and we're just gonna stick with it.
We're real.
Stay in that lane, gentlemen. Stay in that lane. I respect it.
That's the thing, though. All these other lanes, we don't know how to drive in them.
Yeah,
we are trapped here by an imaginary force field.
I mean, I don't think personally, I think you guys have been just like pulled over to the side of the road, like standing outside of the car, smoking weed and talking shit. I think that's really the ultimate. That's really the analogy of the lane you all have been fucking hanging in. And I'm glad to be back, gentlemen. Glad to be back.
That sounds about. I like the way you put that, Christian. That sounds right.
Yes.
Even though I haven't
driving at all.
I haven't smoked weed in over. I haven't smoked weed in over a month.
Nice.
I know it's been a long time since you've smoked weed as well, Christian.
Well, I've been, I've been doing it a little bit in the pandemic, even though it's a really terrible idea, but it's fucking hard to not be, trapped in your apartment on your own and not at least find some sort of medicinal escape.
So do you rely on edibles? Because I know the vaping gave you quite a thrashing.
No, I smoke joints. I don't vape anymore, but I treat myself to a joint like once a week, generally on a Sunday night. Yeah. I mean, it's really bad for me, but for the moment, I don't know how else to cope with this fucking Kafka-esque nightmare that we're all involved in.
So you just don't straight up fuck with edibles at all?
No, because the thing with edibles is that a friend of mine just actually made some, so I'm going to take a little bit. But the reason that shit goes sideways with people on edibles is that like your stomach enzymes actually change the edible to resemble mushrooms, which is why people have such fucking weird reactions to edibles. That is unlike marijuana. So the reason that your trips go sideways on edibles is that your body has turned it into a much closer thing to psilocybin. So it's not weed anymore.
I'm going to ramp up my edible use.
Yeah. That's literally why people have like fucking panic attack inducing highs on edibles, is that it's not weed anymore. So I gingerly fuck with those things, but I definitely, if I need to sleep, I can have an edible and it'll knock me the fuck out. But generally I just do the weed. I
mean, that's like for somebody who's got a 25-year, marijuana career under his belt, it started having the opposite of, like, I feel like a lot of people as they get older their tolerance goes up, but mine just started plummeting. Like I could literally take one hit of a joint and I'll be rocked, and I'm just like, all right, well, I'm definitely saving money on weed. And edibles would give me quite a thrashing too. Like when I first moved to LA, that remember that weird little dispensary on Highland, like right across from the Starbucks? It was called the Cottage or some shit like that.
Yep.
When I first got my weed card, that was like one of the first places I went into. And, the first time you go into a weed store as a pothead who's like had to hide it their whole lives, it's like you're 6 years old again. Your parents just took you to Toys R Us and they said, guess what? Everything's on me. Go nuts, kid. And you're just like, what the fuck? Looking around at all the wonders surrounding you. And this place just had all these goodies, all these crazy edibles, all these delicious looking snacks. And I saw they had red velvet cupcakes. And I was like, oh, well, we have found a winner. And I think this was when the first Captain America movie was coming out. So I was like, I want 2 of those cupcakes right there, sir.
The red velvet cupcake.
And he was like, ooh, you know what?
That'll do you in.
I gotta give you a little bit of a heads up here. Those things are powerful. So I would recommend eating like a quarter of one of them, because I think he could see in my eyes that I was about to just devour them like I was about to eat cupcakes for the first time. And he's like, they're strong. They're strong as shit. So just eat like a quarter of one. And I got home and I'm like, this motherfucker trying to tell me how to eat cupcakes. So I did cut it in half and I ate half. And then I walked to the ArcLight, sat down to watch Captain America. And right when I plopped in the chair, I felt like my ass stopped at the chair and my soul kept going and went down into the basement. And then as the movie started, I was just like slowly turning into a human puddle, like, great, start the reactor. So like, it was only like more downhill from there. And it just got to a point where, like I said, I had my volcano up and running, just take like one little toot off of that and I'm stoned for a while. But as far as edibles go, we've been talking about it for years, the weed lean. Like 5 Star Extracts makes this like flavored mango syrup, and it comes with a little dropper, and every dropper full I think is like 5 milligrams.
10.
So it's 10?
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
It's not a dropper, it's more of a syringe.
Yeah,
it's like a thick, goopy syringe.
But it tastes awesome. Like you mix it with Sprite or Shuddy likes Mountain Dew. It's absolutely delicious. And you can really kind of fine-tune it if you don't want to risk going to Dimension X. So just a thought. If you want to fuck with edibles and you don't want to, house a joint every week.
Yeah.
That weed leaf is awesome.
Yeah, the problem is that the fucking cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, it's just putting THC in your system. So no matter how you do it, you still get sick. It sucks. The only thing I can do is CBD.
What did you just say? What was that?
What?
The cannabis hypernoid situation?
It's called
you just broke it.
Cannabis hypernoid system. No, it's actually called cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, aka CHX. CHS, sorry. And it's it sucks. It's like your body basically becomes allergic to cannabis.
Who has that? I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, you do? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're taking a risk every time you smoke pot.
Yeah. And on top of that, like I really badly fucked my lungs up from vaping. So it's really a bad idea for me to be smoking weed.
So did you have this situation, the vaping cause the, I'm not going to even try the word.
As you can tell, Christian, Jeff doesn't listen to the Ellis show.
Totally fine. I wouldn't either. Great Easter eggs though. Basically what they think happened is that the THC level of the vapes is way too high. Because I was smoking shit that was like 98% THC, and a regular joint's like 60% THC. So basically, you overdose on THC, and your system just goes, "Yeah, fuck this, not doing this anymore," and then you get really sick. And that's what I did. So if you smoke joints, I don't think you'll ever have to worry about it.
All right. Well, hey, whatever.
Just don't vape.
For you, man.
I think vaping is just a really bad idea.
I just smoke. I'm a pretty boring pothead. I just smoke bowls. Honestly,
Perfect.
I don't even have a bong.
Yep,
I gotta get one. I want one. Honestly, but I miss smoking blunts. I don't really hang out with anyone anymore, so there's no reason to smoke a blunt. So,
you know what's really nice is like I constantly send people the Kendrick Lamar Pusha T fucking video that you turned me on to many years ago. Anytime anyone like brings up fucking Pusha T, brings up Kendrick, I'm like, "Do you ever see this?" And they're like, "Nah, man." And I send it to them, and people lose their fucking shit because it's the most rugged fucking music video of all time. And Kendrick is such a baller in that fucking thing. And I remember you showing that to me on Kevin's couch, high as fuck, many moons ago.
Right. This is the positive of marijuana. That's why
Nostalgia.
You can't let it go. You just gotta dance with the devil every now and then.
I mean, it really is. And the thing that sucks is like the reason that I smoke so much is I smoked so much is because it's like it really does help. Like it reduces your anxiety and it makes you feel more fucking sociable. And sex on it is amazing. Not that any of you are having sex currently, I'm sure, but if you were, it's amazing on weed.
Yeah, I heard it was.
Yeah, despite the She-Ra shirt, Shuddy's the only one of us that gets ass.
Nice. Well done, Shudster. That's that fucking She-Ra shirt every time.
I haven't seen it in years.
Christian, every time you smoke a joint, is it like 100% like you're in for a shit show, or is it just like a flip of a coin?
Well, I took like 3 weeks off and just started. I had some last night, and I think if I do it like every week, it's not like I just get really bad acid reflux and my stomach gets very unsettled, but I'm not shitting myself and throwing up. So I think the approach is to just treat myself like once a week to a night of getting high and then being really careful for the rest of the week.
Now, is that something that fades over time, or
nope.
you're not going to grow out of this allergy?
Nope. They think that because the problem is like obviously prior to this, they couldn't do any research on it because the government are a bunch of fucking morons. So now it started, but it's brand. I know. It's brand new. So all of the research that's being done into it is like brand new. So they actually don't know like what the long-term effects are. I mean, when COVID first started, I didn't smoke weed for almost 5 months. And then the first time that I smoked, it started back up again.
Damn.
I would have killed everyone in my apartment.
It sucks. I mean, it really does. Like, I'm really bummed about it because I love getting high.
Wait, so did you see a doctor about this cannabis allergy during COVID?
Cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome? No, I mean, I won't see a doctor at all currently because it's like fucking, that's a death wish. But I was experiencing all these things, and then one of my friends who's a big pothead went to her doctor, and she was like, yo, this sounds like what we're going through, and then sent me the info on it. And then my best friend's kid in New York was having trouble, and it was the same thing. It was like he went to a doctor, and the doctor was like, it might be this cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome that's brand new that nobody's dealt with prior, because nobody's dealt with like vaping weed at that level.
Oh yeah, like the popcorn lung.
It's literally like been discovered in. Yeah, it's like it's been discovered in the past couple of years, and they think it's because of the vaping. They think because of the high level of THC, it just overloads your system.
Oh, Shuddy Boy's gonna get that with his fucking dab rig.
Watch them dabs, son. That's a lot of THC. That's a lot of THC.
I don't handle dabs very well, so I don't do it frequently.
Nice.
It's like a night ender for me.
That's kind of what started happening to me with weed. Like, growing up, huge pothead for just about most of my life. And I had heard stories from people that were like, yeah, I was a big pothead. And then one day it just started having a weird effect on me and just like made me paranoid and anxious. So I just had to stop it completely. And I was like, yikes, that sucks ass. And then it sort of started happening to me. And it got to the point where I think Jeff had seen me a couple of times take too big of a bong hit. And then I'm just like trapped in my own little nightmare on one side of the couch, like, oh. And like, it just got to a point where it was the habit of smoking weed, and I would just smoke, around like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and then by the time I wasn't, fully stoned anymore, I would kind of just be burnt out and tired and just fall right to sleep when I'd lay down. More or less use it as a sleep aid, but it was sort of a coin flip on whether after I smoked weed, if I would start getting anxious and thinking bad thoughts, or if I would just get sleepy. And once, my sugar glider Gizmo died a couple days after Christmas, and I was like, I can't risk smoking right now and just my thoughts getting even darker. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to ease off. And I sort of just am in a point now where I'm not really itching for it. So it's like, all right, why even fucking go back to just smoking and then getting anxiety and my brain being like, ding, 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 tap, tap, tap. Hey, guess what, Kevin? You're going to die.
No! Were you tracking like what kind of weed it was that was making you anxious? Was it?
It was any kind.
You did any?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I was going to try to answer that one for you. Like, why would you do that? Because there's nothing else to fucking do. That's why. That's your answer. It's a valid else
point.
To do.
It is a bit of a safari.
Yeah, I think they might just put the basketball hoops up at the court, and so maybe I have something to do now. But other than that, I'm just going to smoke pot and watch Netflix.
I mean, that's basically what I've been doing, just without the pot. Like, I've just been going balls deep on HBO Max and discovered a treasure trove of old samurai movies. And trust me, there's points where I'm sitting there on the couch. I'm like, man, it would be nice to get like old school high.
Well, why don't you try it?
Because I know what the odds are, and they're not in my favor. I'd rather just enjoy.
That's one of the things that they're saying, right? Is that once again, because of the fact that nobody could go to their doctor and be like, "Hey, I get really high," and then this fucked up shit happens because it was a felony. That they're finding that one of the problems with like getting high is that if you have a brain that has some sort of chemical imbalance, it can actually be affected by the potency of the marijuana. I mean, dude, the weed that these guys are growing now is so fucking gnarly in comparison to like OG weed.
You got to be stopped. I'm seeing the moves ahead of time. Everything that you're saying could be construed as an argument to make marijuana illegal.
No,
just pump the brakes.
No, it should be totally legal. But
on one hand, you just said it was stupid that it was a felony, and on the other hand, you said, well, there are actual medical ailments that are associated with it.
Yeah, well, there's also Jeff. We already covered Jeff.
Pump the brakes,
Jeff. We already covered that. People here in the Easter egg, there are potential side effects to crushing sleeves of Oreos, but no one's saying to make them illegal.
The thing is that what there should be is that there should just be like education about what happens when you get high. There should be, people should know that you could possibly have a schizophrenic episode if you eat too many fucking edibles. There's no research that, has allowed people to be able to have those discussions. There's no qualifications to be a fucking bud tender. You got to have more fucking qualifications to work at fucking McDonald's. Like, those people should be trained to be like, hey, This is what you should do for this. This is what you should do for that, and use it as a medicine as well as for getting high and having fun, and then you're good to go.
All I'm hearing is more regulation in the cannabis industry, and I hate that. I hate that. I push back on that, and I disagree in the strongest way possible.
See, Jeff is one of those.
Because the thing that we should do is we should give a bunch of fucking dickhead stoners the ability to make a plant that people are inhaling or ingesting and have that be completely unregulated. They can use whatever fucking germicides, whatever you want to put on that fucking weed, put it on there, and let's not regulate it in any way, shape, or form. Because that's how it worked so well with paint. We did so well with paint. And having that be unregulated, that the lead in the paint was not a problem when we suddenly decided that we should probably look into lead in paint causing kids to be retarded. So, I think that there is a little bit of room for somebody, a little bit of oversight.
But Christian,
standards.
Christian, you've known Jeff long enough to know he's one of those people that he can't put himself in anybody else's shoes. So
zero empathy.
Jeff has never had
not an empathy guy.
Yeah, Jeff has no empathy.
He is not an empath for sure.
No, and he's also never really had a bad time on pot. So he can't imagine it affecting somebody else. Like if Jeff saw a paralyzed guy in a wheelchair, he'd be like, "Well, just move your legs like I do. See, do this. Why can't you do it?"
All your hilarious commentary aside,
move your legs like I do. It's so good. Yeah.
I guarantee the Puminati side with my logic and my argument.
I don't think that's
way
necessarily.
Over. I don't know.
It's a very QAnon stance to take, Jeff.
Even if it's true that they do, I'm not sure that that's necessarily a group that you want to have dictating any. They're called the Puminati, so I'm not sure that we should be allowing that constituency to decide, weed regulations.
Bite your tongue. That's exactly who should. That's exactly who should. I don't know whose audience you're talking to, but the Puminati, they do not want marijuana regulated.
As a guy who's seen both sides of it, I mean, I know what made me fall in love with weed and become a pothead, because every time I smoke weed, it just made things better. I'm going to eat a sandwich.
Everything.
I'll smoke weed beforehand. That sandwich is going to taste better. I'm going to go see a movie. I'm going to smoke some pot. That's going to make that movie better. It just, one day, it was just like a fucking light switch where I smoked weed, and all of a sudden, every fucking bad thought that my brain tries to keep at bay got let through. And it's like, hey, you're going to die, Kevin. Everyone you love's going to die. You're going to be alone someday. Ah! Shut up, brain! I just want to watch cartoons. What the fuck is this? So, I understand why people love weed. I understand why I loved weed. But it's just I can't, force myself into that every single day just because, I want to be a real one. Fuck. Sucks. If there was a pill I could swallow that would change that, damn it, give me that pill. But
I would highly recommend.
Bitch.
I'd highly recommend injected ketamine.
Yeah, isn't it ecstasy?
Ooh.
That's the pill, right?
Well, I mean that makes things pretty solid for 6 hours, but wears off.
Did you just open a kombucha?
I did.
With your teeth?
This is the best one.
Which one? That's the Pink Lady Apple?
It's not the Pink Lady Apple, which is my other flavor that I love. This is the ginger lemon that I just discovered, which is delicioso.
We're actually going to be carrying that brand.
It's fucking awesome. It's just crazy expensive. It's this was, but if you buy it at Ralph's, it's $2.99, $3.99. If you buy it at Trader Joe's, it's $2.99.
I think you should be the fucking mascot of kombucha.
I mean,
from now on, when I see kombucha, I swear to God, I'll think of you. Kind of like when you hear Kendrick Lamar, you kind of think, oh, Jeff Clark. Every time I pass kombucha and Whole Foods, I'm like, Christian Hand.
You know what, Jeff? I love that. I'll take it.
Yeah. And I know you appreciate it. You got you have a brand friendly face, and we got to somehow get your management team in with kombucha marketing, big kombucha.
With big kombucha.
I'm willing to give you 10% if you can get that worked out.
He's got a business management degree.
Well, or sports, depending on which hat he decides to wear.
Yeah, depending on what kind of job he's going for.
Either one of those, I'll take.
I'm sure with TikTok, it was business management.
Yeah, I'm probably going to use the business management resume.
Nice. Yeah. Go with that.
Yeah, that's going to be the icebreaker.
Get me that kombucha. I'm sick and tired of paying $2.99 a fucking bottle. Let's get that for free.
Yeah, we'll circle back and we'll talk about that next time.
Boom. Table that for another discussion.
No.
Hey, I was thinking the last week some weird shit happened, and maybe if we put all four of our heads together, I could understand it. Does anybody know what that weird GameStop shit is?
Yes.
Yep.
Like, is GameStop going to stick around now? Like, are they not going to close all their stores?
No. So what happened was that on Reddit, a legion of people got together, determined to buy GameStop stock and drive the price up, because the more stock that's being bought and sold for a particular company, the higher the stock price goes. So GameStop started at like $4 a share, and they bought it all the way up to $84 a share or something fucking.
Oh, they brought it up to $500 a share.
And
the reason that they did it though was because they were being shorted by this other company, right? So this investment, this hedge fund takes stock that is underperforming and basically beats the shit out of it until it becomes zero. But they've bought it at a price that allows them to then get it to zero, and then they make all of the money back, and they don't have to pay any of the stock price back for doing it. And this is how they destroy companies over and over and over again. They did the same to Toys R Us. And so a guy on Reddit
bastards
went in and looked at their business and was like, yeah, man, GameStop's actually doing okay. Like, it's not a hugely well-performing stock, but it performs reasonably well and consistently. So why the fuck are these guys doing it? And he realized that what they were doing was they were going to put GameStop out of business. So he went onto that Reddit that subreddit of investor bros and was like, yo, we should all start buying it. And they actually, I saw a thread where they went back where he put $56,000 in as original, and it's now worth 400 and something million dollars that he's fucking. So all the Redditors jumped on it. And what that does is that drives the price up. So the problem for the hedge fund is that they have to honor the new price with the stocks that they've purchased. So the stock goes from, they have like, they bought $1 billion worth of fucking stock that's now worth $5 billion. They have to be able to pay that $5 billion when the time runs out for the stock. And once they do that and they're not liquid, they become solvent and they end. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, so this is killing me. You both are kind of right.
Oh, that's right. Is this wait, hold on. Are we doing your business management hat right now or sports management?
No.
Could you turn it around depending on which hat we're doing?
Sure.
I minored in stonks.
If you blend it together.
Which is which? Which is which?
So this is the business management hat, just so we know it's forward.
I'm going forward.
Okay.
Backwards, forwards business management. So Kevin, let me help you out here. So this Reddit channel called Wall Street Bets somehow got access or found out that a bunch of hedge funds were shorting GameStop because GameStop is terrible. It's going out of business.
No, it's not, Jeffrey.
It 100% is going out of business. GameStop does not stand a chance in the future because no one's going to a GameStop to buy video games. It's going to be digital downloads from now on.
It's just
It's going to be like Blockbuster.
I hope it doesn't.
Is dead.
Look, I'm one of those guys.
There is no arguing it.
All right. Well, I'm still one of those guys, and I know I'm a dying breed in a lot of aspects of things, but I prefer physical media. I prefer having like Blu-rays and 4K discs.
That's the wrong way around, dude. Flip the hat. Flip the hat the other way. We still need to talk to you about this business.
Just turn it.
I'm getting anxious because I just hear nonsense. And
hey Jeff, I got to. Why don't you,
ever.
Jeff? Why don't you take your hat off and like turn it inside out, push it the other way, and then stuff it up your ass?
All right, so please continue.
You started the conversation wanting some clarity, and I'm trying to provide it for you after these fucking.
They did. They explained it. It's a discussion. We're talking about shit. We don't have to end the show right now. We can.
Speaking as a turd, I would love to be clarified by Wish Dude. So what is it? So GameStop was going to go out of business.
GameStop is done for. They're going to die one day. What had happened is Wall Street Bets found out that a bunch of hedge funds were shorting them. So what they decided to do is to gather and buy the stock, which would drive the price up. That would force the a short squeeze, they call it, of the hedge funds. So to cover their losses of the short, because the stock is going up, they would have to buy more stock, which would then exponentially grow the stock for the guys who bought it in the first place. Right. It's not about GameStop as the company. It's about like a dick measuring contest between the internet and hedge funds. And essentially the internet combined to buy this stock to sink a hedge fund for like $20 billion. And the guy that you're talking about is someone who picked up on this early. I think it was back in August. He sank his life savings, and it was 50,000, and he's was up to 25 million before the shenanigans last week from Wall Street, and just the craziest move, honestly, of maybe the 21st century. What happened last fucking was it Thursday or Friday? I think it was last Friday. It was the 28th. Should go down in history as one of the craziest fucking Wall Street moves ever done. Like,
and it's still not done.
Not really. The robbery that they committed.
It's not robbery.
Was so egregious. Oh, absolutely.
What?
So yes.
No, because it's not. They're participating in the fucking the stock market.
This is capitalism.
Wall Street robbed the money back from Reddit.
Oh,
that's what I'm
Wall
saying.
Street. Yeah. No, the Wall Street. Yeah, when they stepped in and like fucking put their controns over it and took the buy button off of the stock on fucking Robinhood
and E-Trade.
Everyone on Reddit is using retail investment brokerages, stuff like Robinhood app, stuff like Cash App, stuff like internet or interactive brokers, like these apps, that you'll see on TV, E-Trade, Ameritrade, all these fucking things, right? And overnight, like literally me and Boognish are talking about it on Discord. Overnight, they shut down the trading option or the buying option on all these retail investors. So the people that were buying the stock and squeezing the short were no longer able to squeeze the short. So listen, at a point on Friday, the 28th, you could not buy GameStop or AMC stock. You could only sell it. But how could you sell it if you couldn't buy it? Wall Street, essentially made the impossible possible. Like, they created their own realm and just straight up, walked back into people's house and took, 25 billion over. I don't know how many, but billions of dollars, overnight. So, to wrap it all up, essentially Wall Street shorted GameStop. Reddit got a hold of that information. They bought the stock, drove it up, fucked the hedge fund. The hedge fund shut down Robinhood and all these investment brokerages and got some of the money back. And that's where we're sitting today.
But of course, we should discount all of this because his hat was facing the wrong way. So we just had a sports management guy tell me a bunch of shit about the fucking internet. And I don't believe any of it. Now I'll talk to this guy.
So edit the video, and just put this Jeff back. I don't know. You would have to. I think it's.
Yeah, I know how to do that.
Yeah, it's After Effects. It's Adobe. Just send me the file. I can work on it.
All right. So at the end of the day,
that's actually a very accurate way to put it. Well done, Jeffrey.
So you
used your degree today. Look at you.
Where things are now, is the internet or hedge funds ahead right now? Who's winning currently?
Well, the internet, I think, Jeffrey, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because your hat is facing the right way at this point for that interruption. They're saying that Reddit could just continue to do this.
Well, I just checked. It's down 100 points today.
But they started with silver this morning, right, Jeff?
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
they went after the silver market this morning, right? So they've now worked out that they can fuck with shit, and they're going to continue to fuck with shit.
Yeah, if Wall Street bets can continue to access what hedge funds are shorting, they're going to attack those stocks to essentially have internet justice of Wall Street.
Right.
It's pretty sweet,
fucking
actually.
Awesome. It's amazing.
It's a pretty sweet situation going on right
vigilante
now. It's
justice. It's fucking awesome.
Right. It's like vigilante economic justice. It's so fucking post-millennial. It's amazing.
What's scary is how fast Wall Street and these financial firms can change the rules. The flex that they made the other day, or their flex just to shut down Robinhood and all these apps it's frightening. Like,
but what's really
it's crazy with no legislation,
and
then you have these fucking people going on TV on CNBC, these Wall Street people, these CEOs saying, yeah, we need to look at regulation. Kevin, never in the history of Wall Street or the history of capitalism has a capitalist said we need more regulation. They said it that day. It's fucking crazy. It was like Bizarro World. All of a sudden, these capitalists like, well, we need regulation. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, yeah. So it was a crime. Where we sit today is like the hedge fund got back some of its money by pulling its bullshit move, but now these internet brokerages got heat from both sides of the aisle of like AOC and what's his face, Ted Cruz.
Agreed on something. Yep.
They both agreed on this. Like, it's fucked. So now they're allowing retail investors to buy the stock back, but at smaller increments. So essentially the hedge fund saved itself a few $1 billion, but the future on this situation and stuff like this is very interesting.
I do like that the internet has
fund had lost $53 billion last month because of this.
Oh, yeah.
So they're 1 month into the year and they're down $53 billion.
It's like the internet has like emerged as like rock and rock paper scissor or something. Like it was sort of like a broken unbeatable game. It's just like, yeah, you got the rich motherfuckers here, and like you poor folks down here, you think we're gonna throw you a couple of wins here and there, but you're not
well,
smashing
that's what's
us.
so historical, as Jeff was saying. Like, that's what's so historical about the entire moment is that it's like French Revolution guillotines, but it's like the internet version of it,
with nerds
going after the fucking robber baron class and playing their game against them and them getting fucking pissed that the game's been played against them.
And I do love that GameStop was used to do it. Like, to go back to what we were talking about before Jeff got all bummed out, I am one of the last people that likes holding on to physical media, because sometimes
look at my CD collection.
Yeah, see, like nobody can.
Haven't played one of those in years.
Oh.
I don't even have a CD player in my car anymore. They don't make fucking cars with CD players in them.
But the fact is, you have them, and nobody can take that away.
Right.
I guess except for robbers. But
but
it'll
take them a long time.
The whole like,
what would they do with them when they took them?
Right. They take them to a fucking used CD shop and get 50 cents per piece. Though I do have some very valuable rarities in there, I will say.
I don't know if there are used CD shops anymore. That's the point.
They don't even exist.
That's the
fucking
point.
Sucks. Yeah.
But I like having like comics are have gone digital, and there's still. I feel like that's one of the beauties about the comic industry is it's so fucking nerdy, and holding on to physical copies is nerdy, that I don't know if digital shit will ever take over the physical, but I like holding it in my hand. I like popping a disc in if I'm going to watch a movie. I also like that if my fucking shitbag internet goes out, I can still watch a movie because I can just put a disc in.
Point.
They're also, changing shit. Like, oh, well, this joke doesn't fly anymore, so we're just going to take that out of the digital streaming versions. It's like, wait, what? Nobody can come in here and fuck with, like, put a little scratch in one of my Blu-rays and fuck with that.
Yeah, they can.
No, they can't. I'm not going to let them in.
Yeah.
I also...
That's why I still have my original Star Wars pressings, because they don't have the fucking bullshit on them.
There you go. Nobody can go George Lucas my shit anymore. And I've got I still buy physical copies of video games because they still don't really make the hard drives. Like the PS5, the disk drive space on it isn't really all that much, and games are getting huger and huger as they get more complex. So you can only fit a couple games on your hard drive before you have to start fucking deleting them and stuff. And that Cyberpunk game that just came out, I went into a GameStop with a stack of old games, gave it to them, and I got handed a physical copy of Cyberpunk for $0, and it was glorious. I can't
have it.
I can't hawk my digital copies of games. Nobody's going to buy those off me.
Right. Yeah, that's the Illuminati's plan, the idea behind all this, I'm sure. And you could feel however you want about it. I do want like the major point or one of the major takeaways from this to be that GameStop is done for. You know,
I know.
like that's they're dead.
I know that's true, and it's a bummer. I don't like that.
If you like, if the majority owner or shareholder of GameStop is still the majority GameStop shareholder, he or she's probably a moron. Like, now it's time to sell and get the fuck out of town. You know what I mean? It sucks. I know you're a GameStop fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it like I miss Toys R Us. I saw a headline this past week that they were like 2 Toys R Us's clinging to existence, and they shut them down finally. So there are literally no more Toys R Us's left.
Yeah, but Toys R Us is coming back.
Did you see?
Yeah, sure.
Did you see Blockbuster tweeted at
Yeah,
Reddit and said, "Do your thing."
Yeah, I wish these Reddit goofballs were around when I fucking put freaky scenes out.
Yeah, that's the fascinating part about it. It's just the internet versus Wall Street.
I like it.
It's just crazy, like how much control and flex like the Illuminati have. Like they straight up just cut off the source overnight, like as everyone was sleeping. Like, no, not gonna happen.
And did you guys follow that Dogecoin, Dogecoin? Do you see that whole fiasco?
Yeah, I lost like $50 on that.
I was actually gonna get some because the one thing I've actually done well with is cryptocurrencies. I don't understand it.
Really?
Yeah. The big problem is I made pussy ass investments, but the stuff I've put into has gone up like 5 times, 4 times. I haven't lost money on a single cryptocurrency purchase. I just made bitch ass investments, which sucks. But I saw the whole Dogecoin thing going, and I was like, "Ooh, that's interesting. I'd like to put a few ducats into that." And one of the only places selling it is those Robinhood motherfuckers. So I tried to make an account, and it asks you a whole bunch of questions as you're signing in, and one of them is, are you related to anybody that works at a brokerage? And my mom just so happens to work at a brokerage in Florida. She's not a trader or anything. She just works there. And I sent her a picture. I'm like, what does this mean? What do I do? And she's like, I don't know. Just say yes, I guess.
You lie. Oh, okay.
Well, no, because every time I lie, I get like the fucking strongest, most brutal comeuppance ever. So
it is true. He doesn't do well with that. Like his karmic payback is relentless.
Yeah, karma's got its eye on me. So I told the truth. I was like, sure, yep. So once my account gets created, it sends me a thing saying your account is locked, and it will remain locked until we get this documentation. Like, you have to reach out to your mom's firm's compliance department and get letters on official letterhead. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? So I sent my mom a screenshot of that, and I'm like, what did I do? And she was like, I don't know what this is. So
that's amazing.
She reaches out to that fucking department at her place, and they're like, this is ridiculous. Like, your son doesn't have an account here. You don't have an account here. You just work here. You're not a trader. This is ridiculous that they're asking for this shit.
You're nobody. Your son's a nobody. Who cares?
All nobodies. The whole Kraft family, bunch of nobodies.
So I hit the support thing, and I'm like, hey, this shit doesn't fucking apply to me. I don't know why you asked me, like, does somebody work at a thing, and then ask me for all the shit that doesn't exist. What is this? But they're so busy putting out GameStop fires, nobody got back to me, and I missed out on that, like, surge. That's the exact argument for lying. Yeah, but
they're backed up, and you don't want to miss out on the surge.
The Dogecoin surge.
That's why you lie. That's my point.
I'm still in purgatory. They still haven't answered any of my shit. My shit's frozen. I can't do anything.
So you go to, hold on, what's the other one? I got a bunch of them. You got Robinhood.
Doggy coins. They took my doggy coins from me, man.
You have, what is a Weeble? That's another one.
You know what though? I shouldn't be playing with forces that I don't understand.
It's a good point. That never ends well in any movie.
No, I don't know.
So a doggy coin is less than 4 cents.
No, it's like completely crashed.
The conversation, no, that's what it was. The conversation was to try to get it up to a full $1. When Elon Musk I think Elon Musk tweeted out Dogecoin, it like jumped 400%, but it went from like 1.5 to like 2, I don't know, like 2.4. So I don't know what the exact, it was really small. Like you said it's worth $0.4 or
yeah,
40
it's
cents?
right. The price right now is 3.6839 cents per coin.
Right. So it did grow since like Elon Musk or whoever tweeted out about it, but it's still not worth shit.
And what's Bitcoin at this point?
$33,705.92.
Jesus Christ.
You might have been here for this podcast. Actually, I don't know, but like years ago, we talked about Bitcoin. And I was like, yeah, I have, like, I bet you this shit is gonna blow up, or it's gonna be valuable. And it was at like 12,000 at that point. Of course, I bought none. I'm starting to buy Bitcoin now, but like,
I had a friend go in when it was like $1,000 for a Bitcoin.
Yeah, I got in at 5,900. But I made a bitch ass. Yeah, I made a bitch ass investment, so it didn't do shit really. I bought we made jokes about this in the Discord back in the day when I first did it, but I bought this shit, Stellar Lumens. Ooh.
Stellar's at 32 cents a coin.
Yeah, and I bought it when it was 7 cents a coin.
That's not bad.
It's a good investment.
I wish I'd bought fucking Sirius stock when Sirius stock was at like 52 cents a share. But we couldn't buy them because we were fucking employees. Like, I kept telling all my friends, I'm like, dude, buy this fucking. It got down to like 15 cents a share.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, they were blacking it out. It was like a whole thing that they reckoned that Mel and those guys were like fucking dicking the stock over on purpose to be able to buy it all back.
Wait, Sirius was trading at like Dogecoin value?
Yeah, dude, it was 15 cents a share. Like, what is Sirius at right now? It's like $7 or something.
How the fuck did you guys ever work there?
Dude, they didn't even validate the parking, don't forget.
I'm surprised. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm surprised.
That's $6.26 right now.
Yeah, so if you'd bought it at 15 cents a share and your price is now $6, that's crazy money.
What did you get your degree in? Did it start out 15 cents a share? Sirius started out at 15 cents a share?
15 cents a share. They gutted
Holy
it.
Shit.
Yeah,
so
dude,
if you put $1,000 in, you'd have 40 grand.
Yep.
Man.
That'd been a good investment.
I remember
I told all of my friends.
There was some story, like, I don't even know if it might have been Lily Allen, but like some pop star talked about how she was approached to do this festival, and they're like, all right, we don't have a ton of cash, so here's like the cash we can give you for your performance, or we can give you a whole bunch of these Bitcoins. And she was like, get that fucking Monopoly money shit out of here. Give me the cash. And then I think if she had taken the Bitcoin, it would have been worth like $300 million or something crazy like that. It's times like this where I wish I wasn't so stupid.
Right? Like, fiscally, I'm a moron.
That's why, I mean, I bought some AMC stock. I bought it naked, but I got out of there. That was another one that Redditors were trying to short.
I got fucked with AMC stock.
Oh.
I'm up like, I don't know, like $100 on it. Not
so
crazy.
Zach had, early last week, when all of this stuff really started to make the rounds on the internet, Zach texted, and I looked, and it was like 10:30 at night, and AMC shares were at like $4.96. And I happened to have $70 unused in my E-Trade account. So I was like, great, I'll just buy that in AMC stock. Well, overnight, before the market opened and my purchase could be made, the price went up to $16 a share. Instead of E-Trade saying, hey, you don't have enough money for these 12 shares that you were going to buy, they put it through, so I owed them $130 for the cost, and then the fucking stock plummeted back down to where I tried to buy it. So I am in the red on AMC stock. Like I was like, I'll buy it if it goes up. If it doubles, I'll just sell it, and that's cool. That was a fun little thing. I looked at it the next day, like Robin, when they had stopped selling on anything, it was like $8 a share. I was like, oh no.
You got shuttied.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got shuttied by the fucking market.
I sure did.
See, Christian, we start talking about anal queefs, and we end up with financial advice. It really is just a well-rounded.
It's my favorite. It's like a well-performed jazz set being on this show. You know,
Yeah.
It's like watch. It's like the Charles Mingus of podcasts.
And that was this week's random brain question.
So, Christian, being trapped up in your high rise, have you been
cooped?
Have you been watching any shit? You've been checking out any of the streaming stuff?
Oh, dude, that's all I've been doing. I'm like one of these people who I am completely capable of watching like 12 hours of television.
I'm pretty good at that too.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
We took,
on high, like I can just sit there and just fucking like just take it in. So I've been watching a bunch of shit. I mean, do you remember like 25 years ago when Tiger King was a thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like holy shit! Like that's where it started.
Show.
Great
Took me a
show.
second. I was like, well, who the fuck's the Tiger King? Oh,
right.
25 years ago thing was the joke part of that, Kevin.
It's there's a bunch of stuff like, you know, I'm watching The Expanse, which I love. I think Mandalorian's kind of garbage.
really?
To be honest with you, yeah, man, I just don't get it.
Oh, I love it.
And Grogu's a real pussy, I'll tell you that.
I mean, I just don't. I don't understand like why this dude has like fallen in love with this thing. And
Why
I think
not?
The biggest problem for me is that it's pretty clear that the dude that's doing the voice is not the dude who's walking around in the suit, and that annoys me.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like if they're paying Pedro Pascal, they're like, look, dude, we're getting our money's worth. You're walking around in that fucking thing.
It's not him.
He's not in the
tried
suit?
and he could. No, they tried and he couldn't do it. It's a stuntman who's walking around in the suit.
Like he wasn't strong enough to walk around in the gear, the Mandalorian gear. Is that your?
It wasn't that he wasn't strong enough. It was that the stunt guy was used to being able to move fluidly in it, and the actor guy couldn't do it. So the only scenes that he's in the suit are when he pops his head off. The rest of the time it's just the voiceover. So and I could feel that disconnect. Like it just doesn't seem legit. And it's like every single fucking show is like, and then he moves to a place and gets into trouble. And then the trouble gets fucking solved, and then he's not in trouble anymore. But next week there'll be even more trouble. And then Bill Burr will show up and have a fucking Boston accent in the fucking space in the future. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, if in Star Wars they were walking around with British accents, why can't he walk around with a Boston accent?
That's a great. I just thought, I'm like Bill Burr's like, fuck everybody. I'm gonna fucking shoot. I'm like, come on, this is not.
I would watch a series. I would watch a series just based on Bill Burr's character.
It was a great character.
Bill Burr spinoff.
Yeah, the Bill Burr spinoff, like whatever that guy's name was.
If you can't get hung up on accents in the Star Wars universe, because then you got to be like, well, why are these other motherfuckers over here British? Is there Space London?
I think the English at least had like a level of gravitas to it, but a dude from like he literally felt like a Boston longshoreman who had suddenly found himself fucking piloting a spaceship.
You think he wasn't? He's not classed in the like. It's all these like British people standing around a round table, and then Bill Burr walks in with a beer, and he's like, "Hey, any of you fucking cocksuckers from Southie?"
Yeah, that was my problem with it. So, and then the fucking the little fucking Yoda that's Grogu fucking bullshit. Like, nah, I'm not feeling it. But I'm watching it still because I refuse to let shows beat me. So I'll watch it until it ends. But I'm not into it.
I have a feeling you're going to win. You're going to go to battle with Star Wars, and you're going to win.
I'm going to win this one for sure.
I'd argue no one wins when they're watching Star Wars.
Watch your mouth. I mean, I'm trying to think like anything else that really, I mean, I've watched like I love spy stuff. I've watched all the murder things. The Patton Oswalt's wife fucking Golden State Killer fucking documentary series is insane. The Heaven's Gate documentary series. I watch a lot of documentaries. The Heaven's Gate one is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
That one.
How did you feel about the Night Stalker one?
So good.
Yeah, I really like that.
Did you watch the Patton Oswalt wife Golden State Killer one?
I watched some of it. I thought it was too much of Patton Oswalt's ex-wife. Like the story was too much based around her and how
she's the
like
one who got him arrested.
Right. I'm more interested in the guy who murdered the people than the author.
Interesting.
Is it? I don't know.
Jeff,
what are we going into? What are we looking for in a?
Jeff's
in
a very
docuseries?
pro murder stance kind of guy. That's usually where Jeff falls when these discussions come up.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that it was a fairly unique way to tell the stories, which was, like you can do you've already done the fucking Zodiac killer and all that stuff. So I thought it was because she is the reason that he gets caught ultimately at the end of the day.
Fair enough.
And all of the others that were pulled in to grab him. It was a pretty unique story for her. And it's Patton Oswalt's wife, and then she dies. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. I'm familiar with her story. And
awful.
Right. Sucks.
But, speaking of serial killers, we watched a fictional one. Well, I don't know if you guys got around to it. It was discussed, and then Jeff had some HBO Max issues. But which, by the way, shouldn't cost as much as it does. Like, what the fuck with that? These assholes. And then I just got fucking Prime shuttied, where I fucking bought Prime, and then I got into a series, and then 3 episodes in, they're like, if you want to continue watching, it'll cost you extra money. Oh fuck! I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, dude. And then I got to pay an extra $6 a month to watch the fucking Bureau from France. I'm like, fuck you, what? Bezos, you prick. Yeah.
Wait. That's an additional to your Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I had to fucking
that's a
spend
nightmare.
$6 for fucking Sundance.
Yeah, no, fuck Bezos. Come on.
Fuck that cunt. And then what is HBO Max now? $19 or whatever the fuck it is?
Oh, it's $9, right? Isn't it $9?
No, it's more than 9, isn't it?
Well, I think what I've learned over this podcast, I'm just gonna half your numbers. So yeah, it's probably 10. It sounds
Shuddy,
right.
can you check on that, please? Like what the HBO Max is? It's not $9.
Oh yeah, it's 15.
Yeah, it's more than it. It's the most expensive out of all of them.
I mean, Netflix just jumped
predictions off by 25%.
Netflix just jumped up to $13.99, I think.
Netflix,
so Netflix is catching up.
Fucking price gouging us, these fucking assholes. Like, how much money is enough?
But I mean, it is kind of cool that they're doing all those stuff that was going to come out in theaters, and now you can just watch it on HBO Max.
True.
Like the new Denzel, Rami Malek, Jared Leto movie.
Yeah. Did you watch it, Christian? I know you're a big Jared Leto fan.
Here's the thing that sucks about how much I hate Jared Leto. He's a fucking awesome actor.
He is.
He's so fucking good when his band is fucking total garbage. His fucking teenage fucking cult of dingbat fucking fans can go fuck itself. But you put that guy on screen, like he was so good in fucking the Blade Runner.
Oh yeah,
like fucking killed it. He's so good. What's the Denzel fucking movie he's in?
It's the
Little Things.
The Little Things, yeah.
What's it about?
It's like a serial killer thing. So Denzel, It's weird. It was weird seeing Denzel old and frumpy. That threw me off. I was not prepared to see him with like a big belly, and finally starting to I guess look his age. But he's like a semi-retired or just. It was kind of hard to follow. Out of his jurisdiction, cop guy, and there's a killer going around L.A. that Rami Malek is trying to catch, and he sort of just teams up with him on his spare time to try and help kill or catch him. And it's Jared Leto is the killer, and he was fucking awesome as the bad guy in it.
He's very good. It's his band that sucks. Remember when we used to fucking see him at fucking Swing House?
I mean, I have a very small sliver of music. I'm a death metal guy, so like I'm not used to it's not a change of pace for me to be like, yeah, I'm not really into that guy's band. So I'm not into most of them. But I've been on board for Jared Leto as an actor since Fight Club because he was fucking awesome in Fight Club. He's awesome in American Psycho. Kills it as an actor.
Who did he play in Fight Club?
He was the blonde guy. The pretty boy.
Oh, yeah, right.
Edward Norton loses his shit and just whips his ass and fucks his face up.
I forgot about that. Yeah, no, he's fucking awesome except for obviously playing the Joker.
Was he the? I don't think he was the killer. That's what I would push back on that. I actually don't think he was the killer. Spoiler alert. I guess it's
You're
going to be.
supposed to say the spoiler alert thing first, but
well, you said he was the killer, and
also spoiler alert.
He's the villain. He's the
Actually,
heavy.
I've worked it out. I've worked out who Jeff really looks like. It's actually Bon Iver. I feel like I'm sitting here on a call with Bon Iver, and you guys don't know who Bon Iver is. But if you bring up Shuddy, bring up a picture of Justin Vernon from Bon Iver. It is Jeff.
Ever since you,
ever since Bon Iver.
Bon Iver, of course. Yeah.
Ever since you said it, it might have been in the Easter egg, Christian, but I can't stop seeing T.J. Miller now. It's the fucking cardigan.
The cardigan is really what's fucking turning the corner for me on all of it, to be honest with you.
Am I pulling it off?
Pulling it off, dude. With the cardigan with the fucking hat this way around it's total Bon Iver.
I'm gonna take it to Tinder. Bon Iver. Yeah, all right. Sure, those guys can get pussy. I don't. Hey,
is that like Coachella?
The little things. I think I don't know. Did Rami Malek win the Academy Award?
For what?
Or was it the Golden
Queen?
Globe? Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, he won it he won the fucking Oscar. He shouldn't have. It was a fucking caricature. It was garbage.
I didn't see the movie because if I'm gonna watch Freddie Mercury stuff, I'm just gonna watch footage of him in concert. But I don't like Rami Malek at all, and I thought he sucked in this movie. It had me at first because we had like Denzel being somewhat of a Denzel alpha, but he and I don't hate on the whole frumpy old guy shit that he was doing, but it was just all over the place for me. Like they didn't drill down in enough of either one of their backstories. They really didn't sell how they became tight or good friends. Like I don't think either one of them should have liked each other as much as they did at the end. There wasn't nearly as much like drama or like, I don't know. I thought I was going to get more of like a murder mystery, and it really wasn't about that as much as it was like just an old cop somewhat corrupting a young cop, or not really. I don't know. I just felt like the movie was all over the place, and I really didn't like it. I was pretty bummed out.
It felt like a made-for-TV movie. It was a weird way to go, and for the details they put into it, it made me think that it should have been based on a true story, but it wasn't. So since it's not based on a true story, why don't you just make it a little more interesting? Like it's set in 1990 for some fucking reason. It doesn't need to be. No reason for that whatsoever.
That's a weird specific year to pick.
Yeah.
We saw no one get killed. Like how is that a serial killer movie? Like there was no death scenes really, murder scenes.
I will say Jared Leto did kick ass in it. It's hard to get a bad performance out of that guy. He was
very good.
Super creepy as like this like greasy haired mechanic that they were like, this guy's for sure, he's our guy, he's for sure the guy. And he, for some reason, knows the ins and outs of the legal system and what police can and can't do to you. And he just fucks with them the whole time. Like he just trolls them while they're questioning him and stuff. And he just does creepy shit to them. He did do some pretty
doesn't think that he's the murderer.
No. I don't think. Yeah, I'm a big innocent until proven guilty guy. We can talk about that later, but I don't want to spoil it, but it's pretty clear that they didn't have the right guy. Like when you factor in what he did previously 8 years before that movie was set, supposedly, and then at the end, it's just like, like. I don't know. The twist gives you something to talk about and is interesting. We didn't do like enough of like a spoiler alert warning ahead of time, so we can't get into like that stuff, the nitty and gritty of it. And plus, you guys haven't even seen the movie, but
nope.
I don't think. I think Jared Leto is innocent. I don't know. My legal team could have gotten him off. I'll tell you that.
Fucking Dookie Boy and Cocksucker. That's your legal firm.
Yeah, exactly. LLC. Or wait, no, we don't do LLC.
Esquire.
Yeah, Esquire. Thank you.
Junior.
Sports management. It had nothing to do with legal shit.
So, Shuddy, it doesn't sound like you watched it?
I did not, no. I forgot all about it.
I almost didn't either, man. That fucking... it was a nightmare. So my brother figured out the problem. I tried to watch Little Things when it hit HBO Max on Friday. Me and my brothers, we lived together. We made a plan to watch it Friday when it hit HBO, and we turned it on our TV, and it wouldn't. The sound would play, but it was just a black screen. And we reset the Fire Stick, cleared the cache, turned it off, turned it back on. It would not fucking work. I also have a PS5 that doesn't turn on ever for me. So when I tried to use the HBO Max on my Amazon TV, it didn't work, and I couldn't turn on my PS5. So I couldn't even watch this fucking movie. Eventually, my brother found out that because my TV's 4K, that movie was in 4K. The Fire Stick TV doesn't have the bandwidth to stream a 4K stream, or quality stream. So I had to get it. I had to reroute this fucking thing, and it took me seriously days to figure out. And I would have never figured it out if it wasn't for my brother. So I didn't figure it out. Not interesting, huh? Point is, it was a whole fucking ordeal.
Watch a shitty movie.
To watch a movie I didn't even like.
Well done.
I'm only gonna suck. I'll suck one Denzel Washington dick, and I'll give Jared Leto a hand job. Rami Malek gets nothing, so 1.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't really give it more than 2.5, and most of that is just based on how good Jared Leto was, and it's got a really slow start, and then I was interested, and then I feel like the ending was like
terrible.
I should be a professional reviewer.
I thought his
Translate that into
Mandalorian review
text.
was one of the best in years. That was a good one.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
All right. Let's see. How are we doing on time? Okay. Real quick, I do have to give updates from Msph Wrestling.
Damn right you do.
So, Christian,
right.
we've started doing these online wrestling events on Twitch. So, a dude that Shuddy and I know for a very long time, our friend Dom, as long as we've known him, he makes custom characters in these WWE video games that are so fucking accurate. Like, anytime somebody is, like, new into the fold, he makes a custom character of them that looks just like them. It's insane. And he was doing it 20 years ago. So now video games are so evolved, he can get even better with them. And he would do this at, like, parties and stuff, too. He would just put all of our characters in a ring, set them to computer mode, and we would just watch and see who the computer chooses to end up being the winner. And he started putting on these Msph wrestling events where we go on Twitch and goof off in the chat comments and have, like, a big event out of it. So the Msph 7 St. Valentine's Day Massacre, I believe was the title.
Nailed it.
Perfect. I mean, mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah, that went down over the weekend. And quick rundown of it was there was a triple match where the losers shave their head between Ginger and Juice, Shawnee Killface, and the champ Jeff Clark. And as you can see, Jeff has his hair.
Still champ.
So Jeff holds on to his title and remains the hardcore champion. Then there was what, Jeff?
I would say, spoiler alert, Christian, that's not going to be the last time you hear my name in this rundown.
As a champion?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, you're heard twice as a champion. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're still the bottom rung of the championship ladder. You're not on the top.
We'll let Christian, when you hear the whole breakdown, you respond with who you think is on the bottom rung. But just note that you'll hear my name twice.
Okay.
All right, may I proceed, Jeff?
Sorry, yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Then there was a triple threat tornado tag team match, which was Sticks and Stoned, a real true stoner in the Mighty Boognish, versus Fonzo and Christian's favorite Grogu versus Los Lemos. who are Shuddy and Dom in luchador masks. Grogu got eliminated first, and Boognish got the 3 count on Shuddy and ended up being the winner. Shuddy and Dom got unmasked to the surprise of nobody, because we had already revealed that. But Sticks and Stoned are the champs. Then there was a 6-man ladder match for the Canadian Championship between Shitman Fart, Bonesy, Boochies, Dirt, and Killer Matt Kilfillin and Low Man Chris. Bonesy, shout out to Bonesy, ended up being the champ of that one. Then there was the TLC match, Red Rage versus Gen T, the champ. Gen T, unbeatable. She is just a force of nature in real life and apparently also in video games. She came out on top of that one. Then there was the Elimination Chamber match between Jeff from San Pedro, Oh Pete, Bat Dad, Voice of God Mike, the Great Pudini, and Chief Brody. And you can't mess with the farts. Farts win all. There's rock, paper, scissor, a nice trifecta of power, and then farts comes in and crush all 3. The Great Pudini, winner and MSPH television champion. And then there was
match, I believe. His
what?
debut. I believe that was his debut.
I believe you're right. Then there was a retirement match between Spat and Woody from Toy Story. And sorry, Spat, Toy Story wins. Woody whooped his ass, and all of his friends that were at his house watching the championship clowned him endlessly and actually told him they were no longer friends with him and went home. So, R.I.P. Spat.
Seems fair.
Deserved.
Seems fair.
Yeah. Then there was a 2 out of 3 table match between Neon Kevin Kraft and Big Sexy. And that one basically is whoever gets put through a table twice is eliminated. And fucking Neon Kevin Kraft, bam, slams Big Sexy through 2 tables, wins. And then Shuddy Boy, ever desperate for, look at me, decides to immediately cash in his money in the bank to challenge me. And, of course, wins. So, can't have anything nice when Shuddy Boy's around, because that's
World
his whole
heavyweight
gimmick.
champion right here, not the lowly hardcore champion.
That's Shuddy's gimmick. No fun for anybody. Then there was a wild 20-woman Royal Rumble that somehow fucking Schnooky won. There's also celebrities working
in the snow.
Christian. So somehow Snooki wins the 20-woman MSPH Royal Rumble.
Well, the reason that there's celebrities, Christian, and I know you're going to find this hard to believe, there are not enough female listeners that want to participate in something like this to have 20 of them.
I am shocked. I am fucking, what a letdown. Man, my whole life has been a lie. My whole life has been a lie.
Then, like Jeff mentioned, that's not the last you're seeing from the Dragon. Got a call out from Fonzo where they did a backstage brawl. Jeff delivering tons of knees to the back of Fonzo's head mercilessly, and somehow gets his second win of the night and remains the fucking champ.
He beat the shit out of Fonzo.
Leading
he
Jeff
knocked
to
him out.
do endless peacocking, as you can imagine.
I mean, what's the point of winning 2 title fights in a night if you're not going to peacock?
Valid.
So that led us to the last match of the night, a Royal Rumble, which, for the first time in history, froze the game and had to be restarted, leading to another fucking celebrity, He-Man. He-Man destroyed all the Puminati, the hosts, and ended up winning. So
I would have backed that. He's He-Man.
I know, it's a sad day that He-Man and I are now on a collision course to be nemesis.
I mean, he's sort of unbeatable. He's got the power Castle Grayskull.
So I'll go over the injury report in the Patreon, but the breaking news to come out of this is the first fight signed on for MSPH Wrestling 8 is the Great Pudini versus Jeff the Dragon Clark. A title versus title match. So,
oh shit,
that's a biggie.
We had a lot of people
unification bout.
We had a lot of people join us for the first time on this one, and even though it was almost 4 hours long, which they're usually not that long, but great time had by all. And shout out to Dom for putting on tremendous work once again.
yes,
4 hours of that?
yeah.
But
we also
that's outrageous.
We do a Zoom too, so
Nice.
we were hanging out all together.
Yeah, everybody's cracking beers. A Zoom link goes out in the Discord for the Patreon subscribers, and we're also in the chat talking shit. It's a fun time.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like
nothing
supermarket
else
queefs. It's like supermarket
It's true.
queefs. It's hard to like explain it and have it sound fun. You just have to experience it to really get the full grasp.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see if we can get Dom to get you a character, Christian.
There you go.
You can jump. We'll send you the Zoom link. You can jump on the call and compete in the Royal Rumble.
I'm down. 100%.
All right.
Put me in, Cap.
Well, Christian, it was fucking awesome having you back, man. It feels like
a pleasure. I miss you guys a lot. You're all joys. I can't wait till we can get in the same room together and shoot shit.
For sure. What projects you got going on lately that you can promote?
Well, I'm doing in the time that we didn't talk, I took doing the vocals on the Jason Ellis show and turned it into a live show that I was traveling the country doing to audiences of 200 to 300 people.
Fuck.
Where do entire songs, do a 2-hour night where it'd be 2 songs, an hour each. San Francisco, New York, Chicago, and here, 2 venues here. So when coronavirus hit, I didn't know what the fuck I was going to do. So now I do them live on Instagram every day at 11 a.m. I do 2 songs. And then at night on a Wednesday, I'm going to go on tonight because I skipped it for you guys. So I'm going to go on tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And I do 2 songs. And if you want to check it out, it's the Session IG Live. And it's just fucking free and hang out. And it's really cool. Like a bunch of musicians show up and, like the dudes from 311 have been there. Nile Rodgers, Jimmy Jam, John Mayer. I'm now managed by John Mayer, which is a very peculiar place to find oneself.
What?
Yeah. So that happened.
Holy
So,
shit.
Hold on.
It would not be a Christian appearance without him dropping some sort of bomb like that.
You just earned major points, sir, with the Msph Wrestling commissioner. He's a big 311 fan, and if you're hanging out with 311, your character is probably going to be a champion soon.
Yeah, maxed out
yeah,
stats.
Peanut's a huge fan. He drops in and especially when I'm doing old new wave stuff. I've done a couple 311 songs and he's been there for those, which was dope. So
can you ask him if he wants to be in MSPH Wrestling?
I'll bring that up next time we're chatting in the chat room. But it's cool. Yeah. It's about 300 people a night, and then of a morning, and then there's a chat room, and I ask questions of the celebrity musicians who are in the room, and it's fucking dope. I'm really proud of it, and it's a bummer that this whole thing has come to a grinding halt. But I've done 400 songs so far in quarantine.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
man.
It's a prodigious output, and they're not archived. They only happen in the moment. They don't get recorded. They don't get saved. So if you miss it, you miss it.
Harsh.
So they're
harsh but fair.
I got a question. How do you hook up your CD player to Instagram?
That's very clever. I don't. This is my little system right here. I have this fucking thing and then a laptop and then a fucking mixer. And it sounds fucking awesome. Like the quality is real. I'm really proud of it. So you should check it out. I did Meshuggah the other day, which was fucking brain blasting.
Fuck.
I do everything from, it's like whatever songs. So this is basically, so my fans made this for my birthday. So these are all the fucking songs. They get a little, let me flip the camera around. It's easier for me to fucking see it. So there's these are a bunch of the songs that I've done. Each song gets a white index card, song title, and random pieces of information on it. And then if a band does more than 3 songs that I use, they get their own envelope. So then these are all the envelopes of all the other bands. So it's a lot of work, but it's fucking awesome. And I have
you don't
thousands.
Have archived episodes, but you have a forest's worth of
exactly. Yep. And I have like fucking Beatles songs and fucking Prince, and then I'm doing it on KLOS every Monday morning on the hot frosty Heidi and Frank show. That's now just the Heidi and Frank show. So I've been, trying to fucking start an empire of doing this shit. And
Hustling.
I was, it's not, who actually we used to be, unfortunately we're not doing it anymore, but the director of my TV show was Jonas Ackerlund, who used to be in fucking a band called Bathory back in the day.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he was the drummer. He was the original drummer for Bathory, so we used to fucking talk about the old Swedish death metal fucking days. Burzum and Bathory and all that shit.
I haven't listened to one in a while, but I loved the episode you did on Face to Face.
Oh, yeah, that was fucking awesome. So that song is so fucking good. And then Matt Riddle from the band hit me up. And hopefully I'm now sort of like trying to get this virtual TV show version of it done, which is the next thing that I'm trying. But if you're listening, check it out tonight at 7 p.m. on The Session IG Live.
Fuck yeah.
That's it.
Well, it's good having you back, homie. There's
so
a reason.
Good to be back, man.
There's a reason you got the nickname, the Puminati nickname Cappadonna, because you made so many MSPH appearances. It was basically just like, yeah, he's in Wu-Tang.
Well, thanks, man. I greatly appreciate it. Miss you guys a lot, and I'm glad everyone is safe and reasonably, happy and doing all right. I will hopefully be able to join you again, and I'm getting a new MacBook, so when I get that, then I can join you for the wrestling night.
Dope. Fuck yeah.
All right,
friends.
Awesome.
Well, if you need more
be safe.
All right, later on, Christian.
Love you guys.
Good seeing you, dude.
Love you too, Christian.
Adios.
So can we start talking shit about him now?
Yeah, that was funny. We've never had anybody but just like bounce before the plugs. But I guess it makes sense. Like, I don't know. Hey, Christian, do you want to hear us promote Patreon?
Well, yeah, he promoted everything he needed to, so we're good. All right.
But yeah, friends, check us out. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Dropped episode 14 of Supermarket Queefs. That's up there. Tons of fun stuff. And we're getting there. We're inching towards our fucking stretch goal, I guess you could say, of 1,000 reviews on iTunes/Apple Podcasts. So
we're at 929 right now.
Shout out to everybody who's helped us out with a subscription and a review, because every little drop goes a fucking long way for the little folks like us. And if you want to be a part of voicemails, just call 201-472-0139 and leave a message after the beep. Or if you're phone shy, you can just shoot your emails to madscientistpartyhour@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
And be sure to check out Fade the Media, Jeff's other podcast. That's available. And did we do it? Is that it? What are we forgetting?
I've got nothing else.
Well, then neither do we. Thanks for watching and listening, friends. Oh, wait. Haha. YouTube. YouTube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Full Zoom episodes up, and we're going to be doing the Easter egg. We brought back, there's finally new fucking Oreo flavors for the OG listeners. So we do an old school Oreo review, and we managed to snag the video for it, so we'll put that up as a separate Easter egg video as well if you want to see it and not just hear it. There we go. For realsies this time. Until next time, ooh, something.